Hello my little brown eyes, it's the angry grandma here with a man who's not a nice hole.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm D Mixolydian, and Mason is going to salute on Area 51.
Holy fuck, you are talking about the real Area 51.
Not exactly, I'm talking about the video game based on the same name.
I don't think my real life self ever heard of this game, but let's see the video game.
You heard her, on with the show.
Area 51 is a light gun video game released in arcades everywhere by Midway Games under the name Atari, along with Time Warner Interactive in 1995, and ported to the PlayStation, Sega Saturn, and PC back in 1996. Yeah, 1996 is the time where we have the Nintendo 64, finally. So anyways, it takes its name from the military facility. And I really want to fucking admit that this game is a memorable rail shooting game I've ever played a long ass time ago. In my high school years, well, I actually played it once, but didn't manage to complete the whole game. But oh well, I did the best I could. So anyways, without further ado, do ass shit, let's get into this, peeps.
I wonder if the real aliens take a good look at this game.
Beats me gran.
The plot of the game involves the player taking a part in the Strategic Tactical Advanced Alien Response, or STAR for short, military incursion to prevent aliens known as the Kron, and alien-created zombies from taking over the Area 51 military facility.
Oh son of a bitch, those aren't the aliens I expect to see.
Zombie aliens, they say. This is getting bizarre.
Alright, so here is the fucking gameplay. Yeah, so I'll tell you that. This game takes the player through several sections of the facility, including warehouse and tunnels. The player character is tasked along with a few special tactical advanced alien response, or once again, STAR for short. Yeah, the STAR members Lieutenant Stephanie Grant and Sergeant Major Marcus Bradley to penetrate the Area 51 and activate the nuclear self-destruct sequence. The player must defeat genetically modified zombie soldiers and aliens without harming any allied STAR team members. If nothing but 3 STAR team members are shot, the Kron Hunter mode is started, taking the role of a hunter sent by the Kron to eliminate the rebels.
Cue the Kron mode, as Mason calls it.
Or, in other words, yeah, you'll see the negative side, which like the scrambled errors of graphical shit. Yeah. So there are 5 types of weaponry available, while the player is only given a semi-automatic pistol. In the beginning, weapon upgrades are available as targets. The pistol can be upgraded into an automatic machine gun, a pump shotgun, and finally an automatic shotgun. The shotgun weaponry allows a greater field of an error for targeting an enemy. Both the machine gun and automatic shotguns allow the player to keep the trigger pressed down to unleash rounds. If the player character is hit by the enemy at any time, well, I don't know if it's going to happen the same as to shoot the STAR members. Well, fuck, I never played the PlayStation version of it before. The weapon is downgraded all the way back to the pistol. Ain't that a bitch?
Well, that was different, but let's see what Mason has to say next.
So, characters are hidden in crates and bonus rooms. When used, they destroy most on-screen enemies at once.
What the fuck? Why are those aliens doing at the fucking restroom?
I bet those aliens don't stink up the whole bathroom, so my suggestion is to put air freshener afterwards.
It's still gonna smell like Jake's shit.
The player can hold a maximum of 9 grenades. In addition, yellow boxes and barrels marked with flammable warning symbols that can be shot to cause fires or explosions that can harm enemies. By shooting certain objects in the correct sequence, players can unlock shooting exercises, weapon stashes, and bonus items that are not available in the main game plot. Other backdoors allow players to warp ahead to later levels instead of following the game's otherwise linear path. Yeah, that would be... Yeah, that would save you some time if you don't want the fucking high score or something. But if you really wanted to have the fucking high score, I suggested you start from the beginning.
Is that what people care about? Getting high scores in games on the leaderboard?
How should I know? I don't play games like that.
There are many types of aliens/alien zombies, including ones that shoot, punch, fire rockets, and throw things like bricks, grenades, and barrels. Purple alien and alien zombies require more hits than other targets. In 1996, the game was ported to the PlayStation, Sega Saturn, and PC. Yeah, I said that before. Because Atari games had been purchased by WMS Industries in the interim. These versions were published by WMS's Midway Games subsidiary. It was re-released on PlayStation back in 2001 by Midway as part of their Midway Classics range in fucking Europe. Tiger Electronic later released a handheld version of the game with an LCD screen and small light gun.
Tiger handheld games. Those games are pieces of fucking shit.
Whoa, Granny, look at this.
Well, yeah, ain't that really shitty? So, yeah, we're talking about ratio aspect or some shit. The PlayStation version supports full screen play, while the Sega Saturn format has a border covering about 50% of the screen. Yeah, just like the fucking arcade. Yeah, it is quite a good feature, but that's just bizarre in my opinion. The Sega Saturn version supports all the console's light guns. The PlayStation version supports the Konami Justifier, but not the Namco Gun Con. Oh, son of a bitch. Well, I might as well get the Konami Justifier over the Gun Con.
Now that's just in freaking fair, is it?
I don't know what gun controllers are, but whatever.
Despite the arcade version running on modified Atari Jaguar, it was never ported onto the system itself. According to Atari Games, by the time of Area 51's release, the company no longer saw the Jaguar as viable platform. Oh, so is it scrapped? Well, ain't that a bitch?
The best thing to think about it is to deal with it and move on, Mason.
Okay, so originally the data for the game was to be streamed from a CD player using Cinepack for compression, but since this could only produce a letterbox display, lead programmer Charlie Grisafi opted to instead the run game on CodeJag.
Well, that sure sounds new as hell, D Mixolydian.
Well, you can say that, Granny, but this game was out in 1995.
A modified Atari Jaguar used in arcade games, interfaced with a hard disk drive and using Charlie's own custom compression software. Yeah, Charlie recalled the amount of rendering required was a huge obstacle. It was originally done by Robert's team in Texas. But as time went on, the raw horsepower required to do it all become more than they had. I realized that the Silicon Graphics workstations, all the different teams at Atari in California, could be a huge resource for doing this. Atari helped us coordinate getting access to all of the systems and building after hours when the other teams weren't using their systems. So every night we would take over and turn all the SGI systems at Atari into a large render farm.
I wonder how many years of development lasted up to until they finished the whole project, but this looks excellent nonetheless.
Well, I'll be damned. Wow, no wonder why this game was never released on a Nintendo 64 because of this full motion video sequence. Yeah, full motion video look-alike game. Yeah, because the Nintendo 64 is utilized cartridges because, yeah, you can't use full motion videos on a cartridge game. Not unless you go to a modern era of fucking full motion video shit. Well, I've seen that in Super Street Fighter 4 on Nintendo 3DS.
According to this game, it has two endings. One is a bad one when you fail to stop the mothership, and the other is the good one when you're fast enough to stop the mothership.
I hope those two players are fast enough to reach the good ending, D Mixolydian.
The game utilizes digitized video stored on the onboard hard disk and gives to which every enemy blows apart one shot in exactly the same way, while enemies' innocence and explosions are 2D digitalized video sprites. The levels and vehicles are pre-rendered in 3D. Well, holy shit, the staff of the Area 51 game has done a really good job at releasing this game. After testing it, of course. So, in conclusion, I recommend Area 51 on either system, especially the PlayStation. But the only downside of the console release is that there is no memory card save feature, so I'm very disappointed that this didn't happen. But oh well, at least it's something. If you like any of the old school light gun arcade games, yeah, this is the one for you. So yeah, I can't wait to hunt down aliens, and I wonder if the angry grandma would see such a thing like this.
If the aliens are here, my eyes-hole grandson Jake better not fuck with me.
Well, Granny, we can only hope when it comes to rewards.
Well, let's go get some McDonald's since Mason finished this episode.
Sure thing, Granny. I'm getting hungry anyways.